What's up? What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me? What up? What up? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Hey, Danny, can you hear me? Hello? Danny, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me? Okay, cool. Okay. So, Danny, the reason why I turned on the TV today, and guess what was on my TV screen, child? I don't know, whatever channel I left my TV off of, I ain't even noticed. I turned my TV on. Why the Gilmore Girls on? I said, it's been so long since I looked at a Gilmore Girls episode. So let me see which one it is. You know how when you look at it like a TV show you used to look at, and you have to be like, okay, was this when she was still in high school, or was this after she went to college, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this when this happened, or is this when that happened? Like, Lynn is working at the diner, right? So I'm like, okay, is this before Lynn had the baby or after Lynn had the baby, right? It's crazy. Hey, everybody. Hey, China White. Hey, Yana. Abby, Danny, Dami. Hey, boom. How y'all doing today? How is everyone doing? How y'all guys doing today? I ain't seen y'all since Friday, child. We went live on El Teddy's channel Saturday night. And then Sunday we went over on the other. Hey, early 40s. I haven't seen you before. How you doing, boo? Welcome. Hey, Shawnette. Hey. And then, El Teddy and I, we did a live on our teacher channel on Monday. So, but I haven't been live over here since Friday. How y'all doing? I miss talking to my folks over here, honey. Yes, I did. So what's good? What's new? Hey, Miss Sexy Aquarius. How you doing? What's new, y'all? What's going on before we get into these hashtags? What's going on with the folks? We have our Super Bowl is set. Yeah, I was live Monday on Teachers. Yeah, on the Teacher Project 2.0. And if y'all have not subscribed, hey, Blue Cartier, you a Bush baby? Well, welcome, girl. You know we welcome the people in the bushes. That's cool. I'm glad you came down to speak, girl. How you doing? If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, my other channel, the Teacher Project 2.0, please do now. Let me find the link for everyone so we could drop that link up in the chizots. Well, hello, Chocolate Bay. How are you, sir? Where's my two-piece? I know that's what he about to say out his mouth. Where's my two-piece? I know that's what he about to say. You know what, Danny? I was going to make an announcement, but I didn't know if you wanted. I mean, I know you put it on Facebook, but I wanted to make that announcement. So, okay, well, since you said it, I'm going to say it. I want everybody to throw a congratulations to my little sister in real life, Danny. We went to college together. She's my college little sister. She has lost 50 pounds. She's hit a milestone. She has lost 50 pounds. So please, everybody, send a congratulations her way. You know, looking all good stuff. I saw that. I could see it all in your face. That picture you posted. So yes, honey. Yes. Yeah, but I was gonna say so. What I was gonna do was I was just gonna congratulate you on on a milestone. I wasn't gonna say what it was because you may not necessarily have wanted people to be all in your business like that. But since you said it, but since you said it, hold on, y'all. I'm getting the link for the Teacher Project. All right, you guys. So this is the link. I'm dropping it in the chat. I'll drop it a few more times, but here's the link to the Teacher Project 2.0. That is myself, El Teddy's, our new endeavor. It is an effort to bring you guys content on education and issues that are when it comes to education, issues that are important to us, with the focus on minorities and the LGBTQIA community. So please, you guys, if you have not subscribed, please go on over there and subscribe. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all. We are definitely working towards bringing you guys some consistent and relevant content over there. You can also email us at theteacherproject2.0@gmail.com. We will take in all suggestions for stories and topics that are of interest to you guys that you would love to hear speak on, share information about. We definitely would love to bring, experts in, or, people who have some information in that field. So definitely, I have a friend of mine who's a lawyer, and she's working towards trying to end juvenile detention, kids going to like adult prisons and stuff like that. She used to be my supervisor when I was an advocate. I told you guys I was an advocate for a while for students with special needs. And when I was an advocate, she was my supervisor. And so I'm going to try to get her on here. She's really busy. She's got 2 kids and all that good stuff. But I'm going to try to get her on here to speak on issues dealing with IEPs, but also what she's working on as far as eliminating children in school. Children in jail. Now, we don't always agree, me or her, because I actually worked in a detention center. And so some of them kids needed to be there. But I understand what she's doing, and I understand what she's working towards. So definitely will be doing that. Hey, Sammy D, Christian. Hey, Boo. And Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Good evening to you as well. So look, y'all. Couple of things been going on since we've been through hell. A lot has been going on. I had to narrow. At one point, it seemed like it wasn't anything to talk about. Then it was like a lot to talk about. So the first thing, but this is going to be sort of a serious one, and I really want to connect with Jaded and maybe some other people about maybe doing some mental health conversations. Yeah. Hey, Lori, how you doing? But the first one, we have Antonio Brown, right? Now, I was reading today. We talked about Antonio Brown a little bit last week, and we were, hey, Sassy Francis, and we were touching base a little bit on the mental health issue the suspected mental health issues that Antonio Brown is dealing with. And I saw today where they were probably going to be issuing a warrant for his arrest for 2 counts of felony, something about him accosting a driver or something like that. I read a little bit of the story, but the question is, hey, Miss Mars, how you doing? But the question is, do we really think that there's something like mentally wrong? Because it's really easy for us to look at athletes and always say, oh, they're just acting entitled. Oh, he's just spoiled. Oh, he's just used to always getting his way, or people kissing his butt because he's this talented athlete. But do we think in the case of Antonio Brown, it goes deeper than that there really is some mental illness there? Or is he just being a prima donna entitled athlete? Like, hey, BB Nice. Hey, girl, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what do we think? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think that there's some mental health issues there? Or do you think that, he's just being a brat? Because I think, like I said, it's easy to write it off as him just being bratty. What y'all think? Because I honestly don't know. I do think that there's definitely an issue. I don't know how deep it runs, but there's definitely an issue. And whatever's going on with him and the mother of his children, I hate saying baby mama, but the mother of his children and that whole situation, and calling the police and putting her out, and because they have 3 kids together, and one is like a baby. It's a lot, y'all. So what y'all think? Let me know what you think. Tell me. Hey, it's just Shay. How you doing, boo? Hey, little baby. I don't know if I spoke. After watching the Aaron Hernandez story, anything is possible. Now, that's valid. it can be, he can't and shouldn't be that amount of touch, especially being a black man, to not know not to violate people. Well, that's true. That is true. I still have not watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary because I'm just, every time I felt like I had time to sit down in front of the TV and just watch TV, it always seemed like something else happened this weekend. I really thought I was going to have a free weekend to kind of pretty much do nothing, but just get caught up on TV shows and stuff like that. And honey, it just did not end up being that way. CTE is valid, but here's what I don't want to happen with CTE. And this is coming from a layman. I'm not a medical doctor. I have not studied CTE. So let me be clear when I say that. But here's what I don't want us to do. What I don't want us to do is to start labeling CTE for every athlete that has a bad attitude. Y'all know what I'm saying? Or does some bad shit. Because sometimes it's not CTE. They just, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know in Aaron Hernandez's case, they did actually examine his brain after he died. And I think it's been confirmed that he had one of the worst cases that they've seen. But I just want us to be very cautious that we don't make everything a case for CTE. Once you started, you were hooked. I'm gonna probably catch it this weekend. I have a lot to do. Like I told y'all, my weekends go from one extreme to the other. Either I don't have anything planned or I have a lot planned. And this is one of those weekends where I have a few things that not back to back stuff, but I do have a few things I have to do this weekend. So we'll see. CT is not a catch-all, and that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want this to turn into a catch-all for everything. And that's my fear with CTE. Again, I know it's valid. I'm not trying to debunk the science. I'm not trying to question it. But what I don't want is that every time we see bad behavior, it becomes, oh, they had CTE. Oh, they had CTE. No, they might just really legit just be a bad seed. I think he's hurt and embarrassed about some of the choices he made. He gambled wrong and it backfired. Yeah. Also, with brain trauma, there's a greater risk to mental illness. That is valid. That is true. A lot of people in our community go undiagnosed because of the stigma associated with mental health. Absolutely. A lot of us are bipolar and schizo and don't want that label. That is valid. That is true. I was talking to a friend of mine today who just recently was diagnosed, and me and her have been friends for a while. We've been friends for a long time, probably 20 years. And she's probably listening, or if she's not listening right now, she will be listening. So I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to call her name, but I'm not saying anything that she wouldn't agree to. And there were definitely times when her behavior was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And like I told her this today. I said, I always loved you, but there were times when I ain't like you too much, because she would do some crazy stuff sometimes and make some of the worst decisions. But she's just recently come to grips with the fact that, she's been diagnosed. She's accepted her diagnosis. She's on her medication, and she understands that it's a struggle and it's going to be a daily thing. But I've definitely seen a difference since accepting it. But you are right. There are definitely some stigma attached to it that stops us. And a lot because I told you guys when I got out the hospital, I don't know. Again, y'all know my story about my hospital, with my body and my hospital and everything. And when I got out of the hospital, I remember telling my mom that because one of the things they gave me when I got out of the hospital was a referral for, a therapist, a psychologist. And I remember saying, I'm going to make an appointment because when I got out of the hospital, I had 5,000 doctor's appointments, right? And I wasn't driving yet. So my parents were taking me back and forth to my appointments, or I was catching an Uber. And I remember telling my mom, and she was like, why? And, my mother's not a ignorant woman, you know what I mean? But she was like, why are you going to see a therapist? I said, well, Mom, I just feel like I need to talk to somebody. My life is different. I have a new normal. Like I told you guys before, my body will never feel the same. There are things that my body will just it will never go back to normal. Like I have a new normal now. And And she was like, well, you can talk to me. And she was like, again, she was dead serious. She was like, why do you need to go talk to somebody? You can talk to me. And I was like, Mom, I did. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, my mom is, she's not ignorant or anything like that. But again, it's just that whole stigma, Junior Seau. Yeah, Jaded. That Junior Seau, that was really sad because, Junior Seau was definitely a case of tears of a clown because you always saw him smiling. You always saw him, seemingly in good spirits. And then when he took his life, it was just kind of like, what? I just read your banner. Shout out to the Heat of the Night donations. I have gotten a couple of donations already, though. And don't think it has gone unnoticed, honey. When I show y'all my first box set, when I'm start with season 1, and shout out to everybody who was letting me know where I can find the Heat of the Night. I appreciate y'all. I do. But I want to be able to watch the Heat of the Night straight through, no commercials, season to season to season to season. Y'all feel what I'm saying? But shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, just like ADHD is not, they don't even use ADD anymore. They use ADHD, and it's not a catch-all. Parents, I implore you, do not allow the school. Shut up. I'm going to say that for the Teacher 2.0 channel. No, it is not completely CTE, but after he was knocked the hell out, he changed. Watch it when he was still here in Pittsburgh. You talking about Junior Seau? Who you talking about, Nicole? And shout out, hey, Nicole. I don't know if I spoke to you or not. Hey, Jacqueline, how you doing? Hey, Patty Duke. Unfortunately, yeah, and that's the thing. You can't be diagnosed with CTE until you're dead. So even when there's a suspected case of CTE, you still can't be diagnosed as, as a living person. So even with that, it's all speculation. Oh, well, I think they have CTE, or I think it might be CTE. And you don't know, you have no idea what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the help that is needed does beyond just talking to friends and family. Sometimes, yeah, and exactly, Jada, and I do exactly. And I think people, again, not that people to be ignorant or whatever, but I think people don't always understand that there is a difference between talking to your friends and having a conversation with a professional. Like, I think people don't always understand the difference. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to disabilities, it's hard for people to believe what they can't see. That is so true. That is so true. Crack Daddy. Hey, hold on. What's up, Crack Lady? I said Crack Daddy. My bad. Hey, Crack Lady 03. My mom got really defensive when I started treating my anxiety in therapy. Yeah, and and it's also that generation. You know what I'm saying? Because again, my mom she is not an ignorant woman. None of that. But she straight up was like, why are you going to a therapist? And she was just like, even when I was in the hospital, I had pretty good spirits most of the time that I was there, but I definitely had a couple of really bad days. I had a couple of really bad days. And even with that, whenever I would, I would tell them I wanted to talk to somebody. Even then my mother was like, when she would come to visit me and I would say, yeah, I was talking to they sent me to the psychologist today or psychiatrist today. And she would just kind of be looking at me like, I was like, what, lady? People need to look at their family history as well, because mental illness is hereditary and we don't talk about it. So diagnosis only happens when an incident happens. Agreed. Because I don't know if I've told you this before, but I believe that my grandmother, my father's mother, I believe she has some undiagnosed, because the stuff that you talk about and you laugh about as a kid, that now as an adult, I'm looking at it through an adult lens and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want an unbiased, uninvested opinion and someone who's obligated by HIPAA to not spray your bit. Well, yes, that is valid too, little baby. Y'all saying y'all dropping some good stuff tonight, honey. I'm glad we're having more conversations. I agree too, Jaded. I definitely agree. Yes, and a professional. Absolutely. Absolutely. Antonio Brown. When he was in Pittsburgh. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely Antonio Brown. Yeah. Yes, family can be a trigger. And that's the thing too, when you're dealing with mental illness, you don't know what the trigger could be. You know, you never know. I never realized that Junior shot himself in the chest so his brain could be studied. I think he died before CTE was a thing. I think it was right at the cusp. I think it was right at the cusp of the whole CTE thing. Shauna, I think he was right at that beginning little part of it. Mom thought I was going to go in and blame her for everything. People give themselves way too much credit. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's part of it too, is that whenever you say you're going to see a therapist or something like that, that people tend to feel like you're going to, I think that's why people don't want to go to therapy sometimes too, like couples therapy or family therapy, because they tend to feel like you're there to place blame rather than resolve issues. You know what I mean? Parents tend to see their children going to therapy as a failure on their part. It's a total projection. Yeah. And in my case, I hope my mom didn't see it that way, because I'm like, I've been grown. Like, what happened to me wanting to go to a therapist was about me dealing with my new normal, with my body not being the same. It was never about, oh, when I was 3 years old, I didn't get the pony I wanted. You know what I mean? It was never about that. It was always just about me dealing with my new normal. And, especially when I first got out of the hospital, like when I first got out of the hospital, I was still using a walker. I wasn't even on a cane at that point. I was still using a walker. So it was just dealing with a new normal, being handicapped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep. That's valid. That is valid. Well, I guess we can roll right on into, unfortunately, another sad case with Delonte West. Yeah, Starbell. It's definitely cultural as well. Definitely some cultural issues that don't be playing when it comes to mental illness. And identifying mental illness as well. That Delonte West story is really hard to watch. I still have not watched all of the videos. I only watched the one video when him getting arrested. I did not see the video of him getting beat up. I don't have any interest in seeing that video. I remember hearing about Delonte West's struggles a few years after he left the NBA. This is not the first time that this has come up. Unfortunately, it's the worst that we've seen, at least that I know of. And what's even worse is it's not that far from where I live. Like, it's in my general area. Like, I could have ran into him at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Like, where he's staying in Maryland isn't that far from where I am, because, when you hear Maryland, people forget Maryland's a huge state. So just because somebody was in Maryland doesn't mean they were near DC, but the part of Maryland where he is not that far from, DC. So I think have a professional teach you coping mechanisms to help you working through your stuff helps. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, China White hasn't heard. So Delonte West, a former basketball star, he played on the Cavaliers with LeBron James. And, he was like that short, scrappy, like Allen Iverson type build type guy. I don't remember enough. I correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, you guys, but I think he started seeing he started having some mental illness issues before he even left the league, which might have precipitated him leaving the league earlier than he maybe would have. But he definitely was dealing with mental illness because he was out in LA for a while, and there was an expose done on him a few years ago where he was like, didn't have any money and he was living out of his car and all kinds of crazy stuff. And so a video went viral like yesterday or the day before yesterday of him being beaten up. And then he was in handcuffs and he was being arrested. And when he when the police were talking to him, he was incoherent. He couldn't, you know, he was talking about, you know, the stuff that people say when they're dealing with a mental break and they're off their meds. You know what I'm saying? He was slurring his words. His words were not clear. He wasn't making any sense. He couldn't articulate why he got into the altercation, what happened that precipitated the altercation. And so it was just really, really sad to see this man who, I mean, take away the basketball star. I mean, you could take that out of the equation, but just a man who was a functioning adult, you know what I'm saying, to be where he is now. It's just really sad. When he was with the Cavs, he had problems. Yeah, I thought I remember hearing some things happen while he was still in the league. And again, just like with y'all look at that 30 on 30 about Dennis Rodman. A lot of what we call, they're quirky or they have a bad, like again, going back to Antonio Brown. Is it just a bad attitude? Is it prima donna? Or is it something more? Is it a bigger issue? Is it a different issue? You know what I'm saying? The officer who recorded the video of him has been suspended. Oh, so that wasn't like a body cam thing. That was like him just taping him and then uploading it because he knew who he was. Well, that's really fucked up. See, because again, I haven't studied that story because I was like, I can't. So I haven't studied the story, but I was like, I didn't realize I was thinking it was like a bystander that uploaded the video or something, but that was the police officer that uploaded that video. He bounced out the league and then he played overseas and tried to come back. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's disrespectful. And that he got what he deserved. He got what he deserved, being suspended. Because you just don't exploit somebody's worst moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. You don't exploit somebody's first moment. Well, hey, Belize, how you doing, girl? I thought I already had problems back in college. Wow. And I wouldn't be surprised to know that he had problems going back to college. And let me be honest with you. I don't remember his whole story. I do remember him having a couple of outline. You know how they do like player profile type pieces. I do remember him having a couple of those player profile pieces. I know he didn't have a great childhood. And I thought I remember hearing that he was from this area. But because at first I was trying to figure out how he ended up back, like why is he in DC? But I think his mom lives here or something like that. I think it's how he got here. Yeah, so hey, Lady T. Hey, boo. So, okay, y'all. So that's the sad part. And I do think that we need to continue the conversation as it relates to mental illness. Oh, he graduated from Roosevelt. He graduated from the DC Roosevelt, Jaded? He graduated from Theodore Roosevelt or Eleanor Roosevelt? Okay. For those of you who are not in the DC area, there's a DC. Most of the high schools in DC are named after presidents. And then a lot of them in Maryland are named after presidents as well. Or, historical. DC has a Roosevelt, but it's Theodore Roosevelt. And then Prince George's County has a Roosevelt, and it's Eleanor Roosevelt. So when somebody says they went to Roosevelt, you have to be like, which one? The DC Roosevelt or the Maryland Roosevelt? A lot of people failed him when they see dollar signs. Well, yeah, absolutely. We know that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, we know that so much gets excused when it comes to the athletes to begin with. You think Eleanor? Oh, okay. So he's on the PG County side. Okay. Yeah, it's that, so many people excuse. And that's why I was saying from the beginning with Antonio Brown, because I think for a long time we just said, oh, he's just a brat. He's just a prima donna. He's just arrogant. But is it more to it? Like, is this man really dealing with some mental health issues that should be dealt with differently? Because there's a difference between bad behavior because you have a undiagnosed mental health issue and you're not on meds for, versus you just a damn prima donna and you think the sun sets on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, well, we've been talking about mental illness. We were talking about Antonio Brown and Delonte West, but now we're gonna get into a little bit of shit. Okay, we're gonna get into a little bit of little shade, little shits and giggles. So y'all been following this Nene Leakes thing, honey? Y'all been following that story, that Nene Leakes Wendy Williams piece? Y'all been following that? Baby. So let me get y'all all caught up. So yesterday on Wendy Williams, hey, Dark Chocolate, how you doing? So yesterday on Wendy Williams, honey, Wendy Williams spilled some tea. Now, there was a question about whether it was real tea or if it was set up tea. But supposedly she read a text from Nene saying, I quit. And everybody assumed that the text was in relationship and was about her quitting the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But that's not what it was. Now, you just finished putting your cup down when I went live. It's a Wendy thing. She can't be trusted. Nene needs a solid from Wendy, another stunt. You know what? From the booze? Ha! Well, here's the thing. So a lot of people thought that yesterday was a stunt, right? A lot of people thought that, that she wasn't really spilling any tea, that it was just a stunt because Nene really doesn't have much of a storyline. And we all know that Snakegate was a big bust, for those of you that are following the Real Housewives. And, but then today they added a little something to it. I was watching, was it Layla TV? You know what? Not neat. I'm doing this with you, Abby. But what was said was, maybe that text was in reference to something else, and it was alluded to that. Yeah, B Scott went on Nene a couple of weeks ago. He went on Nene again. Child. It was alluded to that the reason why Nene was so mean to Greg last season when he had cancer, and everybody was sort of coming for her and was like, why he's going through this, how could you treat him like that? Why he's going through cancer, and how could you, be so mean to him while he's going through all of this? Well, come to find out that maybe, allegedly, he was having an affair, and Nene had just found out about it right before his cancer diagnosis. And it's even alleged that there's a baby involved. Now, this is all alleged, honey. This is all alleged, child. Okay. And who knows whether any of it's true. But that's what the streets were saying. So it's all alleged. And so, but I will say this, that would explain some of last season, because Nene was definitely on some other stuff last season. And she definitely did not have the type of sympathy that you would think she would have towards a man that she's been with for, the better part of 20 years of her life. Yeah, allegedly. But supposedly, like, it would definitely, I'm not saying it's true, but it would definitely explain a lot. You know what I'm saying? It would definitely explain a lot, because I don't care what kind of marital issues you're going through with somebody. If it's just normal wear and tear of a marriage, if it's just normal growing pains that a marriage goes through, when you find out your mate is diagnosed with cancer, Nene just never quite seemed to garner the type of, I won't even say sympathy, because that's not the word I'm looking for, but garner the type of reaction, I guess, for lack of a better word, that you would think somebody would have towards their mate who was battling cancer. Like, she just never seemed to have it. And it always was about her. Well, what do you think I'm going through? What do you think I'm going through? What do you think I'm going through? And I was just like, she got a whole lot of backlash for how she reacted to Greg and sort of how she treated Greg. A lot of people came for her, but this would make a lot of sense. And again, I'm not saying it's true, y'all. I ain't saying it's true, but I'm saying it would definitely make a lot of sense when you go back and then even just how she was last year. She was just, Nene is always Nene. Let's be clear. But just the nastiness that she had towards everybody. I mean, everybody got it from Nene last year. I mean, even her and Marlo went at it. Her and Portia went at it. Like, everybody got it from her last year. And it just seemed like, where's this coming from? You know what I mean? Like, how you just nasty all the time. And even with the situation with the closet, just the level. It was, again, I'm not saying it's true, y'all. I'm not saying compassion. Thank you, Jaded. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, boo. See, that's my baby, bro. But yet that compassion, she just never quite had that compassion that you expected her to have. And with that being said, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? For those of you that follow the Real Housewives of Atlanta and you saw how everything went down last season with Nene, with Greg, with the cancer, with her not really having a lot of sympathy for him, with them being on the brink of divorce, what y'all think? I just think it would make a lot of sense. Hold on, let me read the comments let me see what y'all saying while y'all tell me what y'all thinking. His old ass out there still. Hell, Larry King, old ass got like a 5-year-old child. Men's swimmers work a lot longer than our ovaries, okay? I'm telling you, it reminded me of that Tyler Perry movie with Kimberly Elise. Oh, child. Nah, cancer. Well, Abby, we know that is your line in the sand. Lady T said, that's what I figured. Abby, we know that is your line in the sand, not to be crossed, honey. I'm telling you. Oh, I just read that. If all of that is true, then Nene should have left. Cancer diagnosis or not, let the mistress take care of it. Well, little baby. Well, that baby gonna come out looking. Look, y'all. Look. Not that baby gonna come out looking 40. You know what? He was seeing if it all still. Y'all cutting up. He was seeing if it all still worked. You know what? When people are sick, they are really mean too. Yeah, that's true too. And men definitely. Y'all, I don't mean no disrespect to my men in the chat, but baby, y'all get a cold and y'all act like y'all got the damn flu and y'all about to die. Oh my gosh. You doubt it's true, Shauna? Y'all say that about her leaving, but we all know how that would have played out. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. If she had left, honey, yeah, damned if you do and damned if you don't. And I understand that for some of y'all be like, I don't care, Abby. But when you try to deal with a public image and you don't want to come out looking like the bad guy and your money relies on your likability, yeah, you take those things into consideration. I wouldn't have taken the heat. I would have quickly explained why I was giving him the yeah. Now I could definitely not the misery treatment. Y'all are cutting up, but I could definitely see that. Like, go on your good friend Wendy's show and spill all your damn tea. Cause I'm with y'all. I would have aired them out if I had made the decision to leave. Let me be clear, because I'm not gonna sit here and say what I would or wouldn't do if not in that situation. I know some of y'all, that's y'all line in the sand, and I get it. I'm not gonna sit here and say what I would or would not have done. However, if and when I had made that decision to leave him, I'd have went on a world tour with my hot and my man going. Okay, my bad. I had a Tribe Called Quest moment. But yeah, I'd have went on a world tour. Oh yeah. And I'd have been on everybody's couch talking about how he did me so wrong and how I just couldn't. I prayed on it. And God didn't want me there. I wish him the best. Hope he gets great medical treatments. I just couldn't do it. But I'm with y'all. Now, if I had decided to leave, It would have been my version of the story that everybody got. Trust that. Lady T said, I believe it because that crossed my mind when I was watching it. Yeah. I definitely felt like it was more that we didn't know. Definitely felt like it was more we didn't know. Listen, I can't let no man with a green. Y'all are cutting up. Not with a green S curl. Have a baby on me. Nah. I would, you know what? I'm gonna start having to put these. I'm gonna start putting these comments up here because y'all cutting up. Y'all are cutting up. They said that Wendy was talking about Nene reconnecting with her estranged mom. First of all, y'all gonna stop with the Knee. Y'all gonna stop with the Nene. Y'all cracking me up tonight. I believe it was something more than him being sick. I do too. Listen, you better. You know what, Abby? It makes sense. Right, not the green ass girl. Hey, B-Lo, how you doing? I'm good. I do have something to ask y'all before I get off of here. Remind me, Abby, before I get off of here, that I do have something I want to ask the chat. So I don't forget. No, I would have aired his ass. Yeah. I hate this for her because it was her story to tell. Wendy put, now that was going to be my other question too. Let's assume for a minute that this is not publicity. Let's assume for a minute that this is really what's really going down. How wrong is Wendy for putting, well, we know, let me say this. I don't need y'all to tell me she's wrong because she's wrong. But is it a case of, y'all know the story of the scorpion and the frog, right? Y'all have heard the story of the scorpion and the frog. Well, if you haven't, I'm going to just tell you the quick version. So I've heard scorpion and the frog, and I've heard scorpion and the alligator, but whatever version. They're trying to cross the river, and the scorpion wants to get on the back. He said, I'll get on your back, and you take us across the river. And the frog was like, no, I'm not letting you on my back. And he was like, why? He's like, because you're going to sting me. And the scorpion was like, why would I sting you? If I sting you, you gonna die, and then we gonna both drown. Why would I sting you? Like, you good. We just gonna get across the river together. So the frog was like, sure, all right, you can get on my back. Halfway across the river, the scorpion stung the frog. And as they were sinking and drowning, the frog was like, why would you do that? He was like, you knew I was a scorpion all along. So I say that to say, Wendy Williams is the scorpion in this. Yes, y'all were building a friendship. Yes, you confided some things in her, but she is still Wendy Williams. Is she to be trusted? Does she have any friends? Does she have a line in the sand where she says, look, this is some good gossip, but that's my girl? Now, that's assuming that we believe this to be true. Because the reason why I say that is because if you look at that clip, it really seemed like it came out of nowhere, right? She was talking to Jerry O'Connell of all people. And he did seem like he knew what was up and he knew all about Real Housewives. But at the same time, it just sort of seemed like it came out of left field. Hold on. Let me read these comments while y'all tell me what y'all thinking about. If she had aired him out, people would still have made it her fault. That's true. She was in a no-win situation. Remember, she had her oldest son, child mother, trying to bully her into being a glam mom to the little boy. Yeah. It's been a situation with them because then her son's baby mother got mad. I hate saying baby mother. Anyway, got mad because she bought him a house or something like that. Now I don't understand why you buying that boy a house, but that ain't my business, and it damn sure ain't my money. So, and she would have lost nothing. Okay. Nope. I hope he died. I'm not doing this with Abby. I'm not doing that with Abby. We're just gonna keep on scrolling. I'm not doing this with Abby. See, Abby, you done made me lose my place, child. You done made me lose my place. Can't cut up now. I'm dry. Oh, see, but I knew Belize because I knew she was gonna be cutting up. I think so. She can't cut up. She driving, honey. But thinking on it, she did mention something about karma. It's going to come out soon. The baby born now. Yeah, now that's one thing you can't hide now. People, not today. It used to be easy to hide, babies and stuff. But now, honey, everybody want to be Instagram famous. That a picture of that baby will pop up in a moment. Not a burning bed moment. Y'all are in here cutting up. Hey, Tanari, how you doing, boo? Wendy stole her moment. Wendy, yeah, assuming that is true. Wendy, child, we know Wendy is low down. Where's the surprise? Well, not. Who said something about was eating Gilbert Grape? I'm not doing this with y'all. My thing is, what type of secrecy was she expecting from Wendy? Yeah, Jada. I mean, that's really the bigger question. Like, you know that this woman is who she is and she does what she does for a living. Now, if you're my friend, I don't care what you do for a living. I would expect you. I mean, if I didn't confess a crime to you, I would expect you to hold my confidence. And I would, like my thing is when I'm ready to tell my story, I'll be on the couch. I'll be over there on the couch when I'm ready to tell my story. Wendy is not a good friend. She knew that. Yeah. I lost my place, y'all. Wendy was wrong, but Nene was less than smart to tell the world's biggest troll her business. That's true. But sometimes what's up, Yusha Morrison? How you doing? Misery loves company. Yes. I mean, but I think sometimes you get caught up into thinking somebody really is your friend and you forget that maybe they're not your friend. I think that's a lesson, a hard lesson that all of us have had to learn in some way, shape, or form in our lifetime is sometimes we get caught up in that word friend and we realize that everybody doesn't view friendship the same way and everybody ain't our friend, and it's unfortunate, it's sad, but it's the truth. I mean, I put a 1 in the chat if you've had to learn the hard way that everybody don't see friendship the same way you see friendship. Like, my definition of friendship may not be the same as your definition of friendship, and you get burned. You know what I'm saying? Wendy don't tell Medina business because she knows Medina will L her out good. Who's Medina? Y'all gotta help me out with that one. I don't know who Medina is. That baby came out looking like Morgan. Jaded. I'm not doing this with you. Look, y'all. Not farts and secrets. You know what? Y'all cutting up. See, exactly. Look at all. Hey, Classy Coco. Look at all these ones in the chat. We all have been burnt by people not viewing friendship the same way you view friendship. We all have had that moment. And so, unfortunately, for Nene, I think she thought, because again, we're not privy to conversations that her and Wendy have had. And you've seen the pictures popping up of her and Wendy hanging out here and hanging out there. And they really have been seen out together a lot socially. And maybe Nene really felt like they were building a legit friendship. And maybe she confided in Wendy because Wendy had just gone through that. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe she felt comfortable in talking to Wendy about what her situation is when Wendy just went through the exact same thing. Like, I don't know. But that could be a reason right there. I would have given her the side eye when she started trying to get back in my good graces. Definitely wouldn't have shared things with her. Nene could be using her so she could renegotiate. Nene already the highest paid. She's one of the highest paid housewives out of all of the franchises. She's definitely the highest paid on Atlanta. So I don't know what the hell else she was negotiating. You know what? If people can't trust you, don't have a land. Exactly. Crime or not, you better zip it. Let me tell you something. I have friends, and maybe I shouldn't say this publicly, but I straight up got friends that would help me bury the body. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. We better hold a watch vigil, make sure they don't swap souls. Morgan Freeman. You know what, Jaded? I ain't fooling with Jaded. Medina was her sidekick during the summer. Oh, okay. See, I don't know who Medina is, so I'm sorry. I have to excuse my ignorance. Shouldn't she have known better, though? I mean, Wendy's life is a mess. Well, and speaking of Wendy, her divorce is officially final today. I saw on the Shade Room that it was officially final today. Let this be a lesson to you guys. All of y'all, men and women who get involved with married folk, and they start talking about how the divorce ain't final yet. The divorce ain't final yet. It's taking this. It's taking that. Let this be a lesson to y'all. If Wendy Williams can be divorced this quickly with all the money and businesses that her and her husband built together. I mean, he was her manager. He was a producer on her show. I mean, their businesses were intertwined and their money was like this. If they can be divorced already, you a fool. Because all you and that man you sleeping with and his wife are fighting over is the bus pass. So if he's still married to her, come on now. Miss Wendy is legendary for telling secrets. Well, that is true. That is true. I need Jada to teach me how to throw. Child, Jada does need to teach some classes, honey, because it comes so naturally. No, Kandi is worth more than Nene, but Nene's paycheck for housewives is higher than Kandi's. Kandi's net worth is more than Nene's. Because y'all know Kandi make money everywhere. But Nene's paycheck is higher for housewives. They both plan this for both ladies. Now let me say this, Miss Mars. Let me put an amendment to that statement. 2 seasons ago, she was the highest paid. Now maybe with all the stuff that didn't happen these last couple of years with Nene, because when she came back, remember when Nene left and came back onto the show, what she negotiated at that time, she was the highest paid. And every year she negotiates for more money. And so as of 2 seasons ago, she was still the highest paid on the Atlanta franchise. And she's one of the highest paid out of all of the franchises. Because when you look at all of the franchises, Nene is one of the few OGs left. If nothing else, Nene gets more because she's been on it for longer. You know what I'm saying? They both plan this for both ladies. Everyone like a fight. No, it came out that. Okay, so it came out that Kandi is highest paid. Okay, all right. I thought Nene was still the highest paid. Okay, I stand corrected. Y'all always be getting me together now. I ain't got no problem with y'all getting me together. Just be nice about it. Okay, Kevin, you can finally start sleeping with other women. Well, he been sleeping with other women, child. El Teddy must have come into the chat. I see all these damn Shondos. Oh, there he go. Hey, girl, hey. Look, I saw the Shondos before I saw El Teddy. I said, El Teddy must be in here somewhere. Child, I don't know if Tamar Vince still married. Child. That's true, Tanara. You can't trust nobody that can't hold nobody's secret. Are you right about that? Or how they dividing up the CDs, the churn, Easter clothes. Right. You know what I'm saying? If Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter are already divorced with everything that they had combined, because like I said, he was her business manager. He was a producer on her show. Like everything that every part of the Wendy Williams brand, Kevin Hunter was a part of. If they have been able to negotiate that, then surely the dude that you are sleeping with or the woman that you are sleeping with that combined her and her husband probably make $100,000 a year, they clearly can't have more. They clearly aren't fighting about anything else. Clearly. That's true too, Shawnette. She has lost money because they get paid per episode. Well, let me be clear. Some of them get paid per episode, but I thought Nene had a flat. Child, I don't know. I ain't counting nobody else's money. I'll take Nene's paycheck or Kandi's. I don't give a damn who's it. I'll take one of them. I don't care. Okay, so Kandi is the high. Okay. Maybe with Nene cutting up these last couple of years, Kandi was able to kind of swoop in, honey. But I know at one point Nene was the highest paid, but I guess Kandi then kind of swooped in on her, honey. I think the producers are just tired of Nene and might be slowly phasing her out. Yeah, it does seem like they're a lot quicker to, like she got suspended last year. She got suspended this season, El Teddy. So that's how we know Joy ain't really trying to divorce Trick Daddy. Okay. Child, well, we already know. Trick Daddy ain't trying to divorce Joy, and Joy ain't trying to divorce Trick Daddy. El Teddy, when you gonna be ready? Because I'm about to wrap this up in a few minutes. When you gonna be ready to go live, boo? El Teddy's gonna give us a little hump day debauchery, y'all. He gonna hit his live button in a little while. We're gonna take a brief little intermission, and then we're gonna head on over. We downstairs in the living room chilling with me and Abby right now. But El Teddy's up in his room about to cut up. So we gotta go head up to El Teddy's room in a little while. I got the impression Nene is difficult to work with, and her assaulting staff in her closet. Nobody wants to do. Oh, she's definitely. I would be. Yeah. Yeah. I would be willing to bet that she's difficult to deal with. So 6:30 your time, which is 7:30 my time, which is in 8 minutes. Okay. Nene forgot all her magic was in her. Jade, I'm about to put you in timeout. I'm going to put you in timeout, Jaded. Yep. Jaded is in timeout. Honey, those wigs. Who let her wear those wigs? So we're going to see some humps. Hey, Life with Lolo. We never know what we're going to see over on El Teddy's channel, though. We might see some humps, child. We have no idea. I'm just leave that right there. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave that one right there. All right, really quickly, we're going to shut this down. But a couple of things I want to say. First of all, please, if you are not subscribed, if you up in the bushes, you just happen to stumble in here and you've been hanging out with us, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate that. If you are not subscribed to the backup, it's not really our backup channel. It's not a backup channel. It is a totally different channel with different content. The Teacher Project 2.0, that is myself and El Teddy bringing you guys content that is specifically dealing with education with a focus on the African-American LGBTQIA community. So please go ahead and click that link if you have not subscribed. It is much appreciated. Also, I'm getting ready to drop my social media info into the chat. Please feel free to email, Twitter me, Instagram me. My Cash App is there. It is not required, but it is definitely appreciated. And I want to thank all of y'all for coming through and hanging out. Not the dentures. Y'all still talking about Nene. She need to go back to her strip club roots and act like she got some sense. I think the whole show is fake, and Nene is someone who has never had anything, and it shows. Y'all are cutting up. I do want to ask you guys a question. I'm dealing with I'm asking for your help because I don't know. Especially if you're in the DC, Maryland area, like Prince George's County, Montgomery County, part of Maryland area. I'm dealing with a situation with a family situation with I don't know if you guys know or not. On Saturday night, I found out that a family member had passed away, and that family member was going through some stuff at the time when they passed away. And needless to say, there was no insurance and that kind of stuff. Are you guys familiar with any services in the DC, Maryland, even Virginia area that are maybe agencies to call to? We're not doing no GoFundMe's or nothing like that because there may be some programs that she's eligible for. I know that you could do like a pauper's burial, I think they call it. But I just wanted to know if any of you guys knew of an agency that I could call, that I could, well, not me, I'm sorry, not me, that I could forward to the correct people, where they could call and look into it. Please let me know. Email me and let me know, because I'm just not sure. I'm going to talk to the social workers at my school. I didn't get a chance to get down to the council, to that area of the building today, but I'm going to check in with them on Friday. But I just didn't know if you guys knew. You know, I figured we're a big old community here. Not to tell too much of her business because it ain't my business to tell. But if you know of any resources or any agencies in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area that I could call, like I said, forward the information. So let me know. I'm not collecting money. Please don't send me money for no. I'm not doing no GoFundMe. It's not that type of situation. But I just was wondering if it's well, you can send me money, but don't send me money for that because that's not why I'm saying this. That's not what I'm saying. I want to some information of some agencies that can help, if that makes sense. Okay, please don't. I'm not. There's no gun. We're not doing no GoFundMe's. We're not doing none of that. Just trying to get it into the right phone calls. Thank you, Miss Mars. Thank you, Miss Mars. Call social services in the area. I had my dad's body donated to science, and after the autopsy, they had him cremated for no charge. I'll email you. Please do, Miss Mars. I don't know if. Well, I guess they do research on all kinds of things. So maybe, okay. But yeah, definitely, please, definitely send me that information. Usually the funeral home will have that information. Well, the body is still with the medical examiner, but you know, I think they'll hold it for whatever the date was that my mom was telling me that they'll hold the body for. But I don't know how to say it without telling too much business, but there's I don't really know how to say it without saying too much. So there may be a 411 in your county or state that can help with burials. Okay. So I would just dial 411. Okay. Or I would, like I said, tell them. I'm not dialing nobody. Tell them to dial 411. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys. I just wasn't sure. And I have a couple of friends that are social workers and stuff that I'm going to reach out to. The one person that I would love to reach out to, I was telling El Teddy this morning, probably ain't the person I can reach out to, but definitely going to look that up. Yeah. So, but thank you for your condolences and everything. It was a shock, but not a surprise, if that makes any sense. You know, getting the information was shocking, but yeah. Well, definitely, I would look into that option, Abby, because, you know, me and you have already had that conversation about that. Again, I keep saying me. It's not me making any of these decisions. It's me helping someone else get the information to be able to make the decisions. It ain't me, but I said I would ask around and try to get some information. Call the medical examiner. They usually have a list of funeral homes who do local. Okay. I never thought of that either, Yolanda. Thank you. I guess that's what somebody else was saying about the funeral homes. I think that was Shauna was saying about the funeral homes. Or was it Isha Shay? One of them. Okay. If there were on state services, they may qualify. Okay, Miss Mars, that's kind of what I was saying without saying it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying that I wanted to look into options that she may qualify for because of other situations she was in. If that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to tell too much of the woman's business because it ain't my business to tell. But that's kind of what I was looking into, was she was already qualified for some services. And yeah. Well, hey, Auntie Lady Nika, you feeling better, boo? I tried to call you the other day. I guess you still weren't feeling up to talking on the phone. I was just calling to check on you, though. I wasn't wanting nothing. I was just calling to check on you. DC Department of Human Services. Yeah. Burial assistance. Yeah. I definitely, yeah. Thank you, Isha Shay. I definitely, okay. They have a specific department for burial assistance. Okay. See, I didn't have a chance to really, like, today at work, I just didn't have a chance to do no research. But okay, I'm gonna call when I get off of here. I'm gonna make that phone call. All right, El Teddy is about to go live. He's about to cuss me out. I will definitely. I'm going to call her brother. I'm going to call her brother now. Social Security will pay $250. Okay. Hey, YBS Mary. Thank you. Well, thank you, you guys. I thank everybody for their condolences. I thank everybody for their information. I didn't see you. You know what? There's something wrong with my phone because I've had people say that to me that they call me back, and I never saw them call me back. Child. Child. Anyway. All right, you guys. So I'm about to shut this down. Y'all get ready to head on over to L Teddy's room. I'm sure he's gonna bring y'all some debauchery on this good hump day. You know, you never know what's gonna come out his mouth. Who knows what he's talking about? You know, it's hard being the good one because y'all already see Jaded Abby and L Teddy. Y'all already see them. I'm the good one. Abby been cutting up already. Jada been throwing all kinds of shade tonight, and we already know what we're gonna get from L Teddy. It's hard being the good one. It's so hard with that. It's so hard carrying that burden. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Lady, did you call me twice? Oh my goodness. Lady Nika, I promise you, I can show you my screen right now. I promise you I didn't have no missed calls from you. What is wrong with my phone? Because I've had people say that to me. I called you. One of my girlfriends hit me up last week with the SOS and was like, I've been, are you okay? Is everything okay? I've been calling you and you not answering the phone and you not calling me back. And I'm just like, girl, why are you exaggerating? You called me once. She was like, no, I did not call you once. And I promise you, I did not see, child. I saw what she called me one time. Let the record reflect. We will not let the record reflect. We will not let the record reflect. Hey, Betty White, we will not let that record reflect. You guys, thank y'all so much. Hopefully I will see y'all. Okay, that's how Google had it. Okay, thank you so much. It's just Shay. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. And like I said, hopefully I'll see y'all over to L Teddy's place in a little while. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Reset my phone. Okay. All right, y'all. Peace.